Hello all, welcome to our show called Deep Cuts. Our intentions for this show is to showcase some comics that are created by more independent publishers. We're starting this series talking about Saga. David has read all of the issues that have been released. I have read none of them. We plan to do this with other series if it proves popular. We intended for our introductions to comics in general to start the episode, but decided it fit better at the end. That way, you can close the video if you're interested in Saga and not our bullshit.
Oh, look. The book is already here.
Oh, and our phones are already recorded.
Well, I guess we have to make a show now. Welcome to our show.
Oh.
We're going all the way from the beginning.
Okay.
Well, shit, I don't even know if it's still recording.
I know. It's called Camera Roulette.
Well, I guess we already did that.
Yeah.
Camera Roulette. You're still looking for that clickbait, aren't you?
That's the name of our show. Camera Roulette.
They don't know where the camera will be next.
Alright. Welcome to our show.
Club.
Oh, welcome to our club.
I was going to get my phone in my pocket so I can look at my notes.
Yeah, you should pull that up. We're going to review / go through Saga, one of my favorite comic books of all time.
Of all time.
It's great. It's really great. My good friend Vance. I'm David. He's Vance. Names.
Introductions are great.
Here we go. Right here. Right here. David. You're going to have Vance tattoo that.
Yep. On this arm, and then the name of the show on that arm.
Okay. He's never read it. I've read it. So we're going to walk through it, sort of that routine. We're going to get his opinions on it. I'm going to have my opinions on it. We're going to go issue by issue. The first issue of Saga came out a long time ago, March 14th.
Far away.
March 14th, 2012.
I feel like I've just been ruined on something.
No. The writer is
Tie into Star Wars.
Brian K. Vaughan. Artist, Fiona Staples. Lettering and design is Phonographics.
Phonographics? The first time you ran the background to me, I heard you say 2012, but I didn't actually think about it. That's old.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Why the Last Man writer Brian K. Vaughan returns to comics with red-hot artist Fiona Staples for an all-new, ongoing series. Star Wars-style action collides with Game of Thrones-esque drama in this original sci-fi fantasy epic for mature readers. As new parents, Marco and Alana risk everything to raise their child amidst a never-ending galactic war. The adventure begins in a spectacular double-sized first issue with 44 pages of story with no ads for the regular price of just $2.99.
And then it'll flash on the screen. $2.99.
Bye.
Image.com. Actually, one of the things you did mention in that, it's technically at the beginning, but whatever, we'll pull this in wherever we need to, is that, again, this goes back to my naivety of comics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about them. I still don't. I'm learning more because one thing I forgot to mention in my story is Doom Patrol.
Yeah, we love Doom Patrol.
And all those.
Yeah.
This is an important part.
Yeah.
Forget Umbrella Academy. Anyway, we'll come back. We'll circle back.
Mm-hmm.
So, look,
there's going to be 55, at least 54 episodes of this.
True.
You'll learn about what comics we also like.
we can pepper it in there, but
yeah.
I feel like I owe it to Gerard.
Oh, okay.
To mention it in the first one.
Gotcha. So he's
watching it.
He's our one fan.
Damn. I thought my wife was going to be one of them.
Nope.
One of the cool things that I thought about this comic
mm-hmm.
is that the artist for the cover is the artist within the comic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because from all the comics I've ever seen, it was like whoever did the cover art, that was just like a
special thing.
Yeah.
Because they do that. I mean, like other comics do that from time to time, where they bring in like a special, like big name artist just to draw the cover, and then you're left with whoever. But yeah, no. Fiona Staples does all the art for anything related to Saga.
Right.
Anything officially related to Saga.
Awesome.
because this cover, the deluxe hardcover edition, is brand new. This wasn't seen before in any of the issues.
Yeah, I just found that was really cool, and it's especially just for her as an artist. I'm sure she's like, oh yeah, this is my shit.
Mm-hmm. I think she really enjoys writing Saga or drawing.
Okay, yeah, I was like, what?
First impressions. What do you think?
I mean, I like it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, since it's just the first issue, there's a lot of questions.
Right.
I don't feel like I have a feel for the main characters yet, just because the entire time we saw them, they were doing just the one same thing.
Yeah, running.
Leaping, yeah.
I mean, you do get a little bit, like, Marco, you get these hints that Marco is a pacifist. Because he says several times, he doesn't like that Alana has brought the gun.
Mm.
He says at the beginning, whenever he's biting the umbilical cord, like, she's like, you have a sword. And he's like, I made a vow. I will not use the sword.
Yeah, he did mention that. I wouldn't have assumed that he was a pacifist because he had a sword. So
right.
He might be trying to be one now, but I didn't even think about that being a thing until.
Well, I mean, it's just little like breadcrumbs of ideas.
Yeah.
I can't tell you much about Alana that I don't know from future issues.
Right. Gotcha.
Other than what the Special Agent Gale said, like the other wing guy who talks to Prince Robot the Fourth.
Yeah, but yeah, in general, I liked it. I'm interested. I want to see what happens. There's, the two factions and two races rather.
Yes.
And then there's other races coming involved later.
Right.
But from what I've understood so far, and I'm just trying to clarify, make sure that I understood what was happening. The Horn race can use magic.
Yes.
And they live on the lone moon of Landfall.
Yes.
Which is called Wreath.
Mm-hmm.
And the winged creatures are the race that is native to Landfall.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have magic.
No.
That we can see.
Right. They use mainly technology. Like the guy has a D meter when that's how he detects that the magic is like exotic matter coming on the D meter or whatever. They also, in the double splash page that we see of them fighting, I assume that the Wreath, the Moonies, as they're called, are in the giant turtle. And the Landfallians, don't know their name either, are on the ships. So it's sort of like magic versus science and technology. It's the common, like...
duality.
Yeah, that's the fight that's happening right there.
And let's see, and they've been at war for a long time at this point. Mm-hmm. Is that also correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And they said that the war is spread out across the galaxy, and that no fighting actually takes place between the two celestial bodies any longer.
Right, because they decided, well, if they destroy one or the other one will be destroyed as well.
Right, just due to physics and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I guess they could not destroy the planet and just murder
all
everyone
the
and
people,
take over. Yeah, whatever. But now it's spread and they don't fight. They're just basically outsourcing the war.
Right.
And that's where you get the people they're fighting on this planet Cleve.
Random planet, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they're on at the beginning, right?
Yes.
So technically,
Hazel is born.
That's what we're saying. Hazel was born in Cleveland.
Yes.
So she's a Cleveland.
Yep. She's a Cleveland.
She's a Cleveland Brown.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Cleveland Steam.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
The will seems cool though.
I like the will.
The reason I say that is because, like I said about the main characters, we only see them ever really doing one thing. We see him in a couple of different steps.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, technically he's doing one thing, but he's encountering things.
Yeah.
Which I guess they do too. I don't know. It just felt like we got to see more of his personality. To me, because he wasn't constantly in danger, I guess.
Right. To me, it seems like the Will is more of a complex character. Because in one moment, he's like, how dare you sacrifice this beautiful creature just for an interview? And then a few sentences later, he's like, you just want me to drown the kid after I kill the parent? These are two conflicting ideologies that he just has in his head.
Yeah.
He's okay with murdering the child, but I hate that I had to kill that monster.
Yeah.
For no reason.
For no reason. Yeah.
No money was exchanged.
Exactly. I think that's the crux of it, is that he just wanted to find out the stipulations of how he's going to get the money. Doesn't matter who's got to kill. He might even kill that creature.
Right. It probably, but I don't know. He considered it beautiful.
Unless maybe he likes animals better than humans. But I mean,
right.
I can't ask questions like that because your face does stuff. So
I don't know. I mean, like,
yeah. I mean,
he does like,
and the fact that he doesn't know makes me think that he doesn't know anything about the wool, which means we don't ever learn anything about him, David.
He's a great character.
He's a great character.
Him and Baron, Robot Baron 23.
Robot Baron. And Vez, that's the woman who hired the will.
Mm-hmm.
She's the same race as Marco.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Because she's got the unicorn.
Anyone with
horns, any kind. Because, yeah, the magic people attacking.
Yeah, they had
different
sets of horns.
Like antelope and friggin'
like
majestic.
Marco has like ram.
Yeah.
And just like.
So she has magic too.
Yes.
Yeah, never mind. She used the thing
to
stop
stop shield,
him. Yeah.
and she also has the little flame that Marco's doing in the issue as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and there are also different types of wings because Alana has like tiny like insect-like wings, and then some of the winged like landfall people have like bird wings.
Okay. Oh, it's to go with the horns.
Different horns. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. It'll be cool to see the different. I'm sure there's many other characters of their races that we haven't met yet that are going to be really cool. That one's vague. And she's going to be like, we're not going to meet any more of one of them because they're all murdered.
No. But
damn,
I was not going to be like that.
It's not going to be like that.
One of my favorite characters is Prince Robot the Fourth, or Prince Robot 4. I don't know. He's just referred to as 4. What do you think of our introduction to
Ivy?
Yeah, 4.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's just say Robot 6.
Yeah. Robot Dick.
Big Robot Dick. Well, I say Dick. I mean, he's pretty good size. Yeah. But I meant like on the page, it was there. You could not miss it.
Right.
In fact, flipping through the pages, it's hard to miss.
Well, I asked your opinion about his introduction because when I first showed you this cover, you made a big deal about how you saw titty.
I didn't make a big deal.
You were just surprised.
Oh, titties.
And I told you to get used to it.
I was under the impression that you were trying to imply that she will breastfeed multiple times throughout the show.
Which she will.
But I did not expect robot of dick. Any robot sex of any kind. I did not know there were any robots in this show. Or this movie. This damn medium. Comic. And then I know more about the robot race than I do of the other races, honestly.
What do you know?
Well, that they have genitals.
I've
not seen any other genitals yet.
True.
But anyway. It's going to be a spoiler.
Yeah.
If you tell me they have genitals. Because they have children, or whatever.
Right. Any panels stand out to you? Any lines of dialogue that you like? Well, one, I really like the beginning. I like the opening page. With, this is how an idea becomes reality.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's fitting for any beginning to any adventure. It's beautifully done. And it's also the birth of Hazel. It's like,
I like the idea.
It's like they know what they're doing.
I like the wording. Like,
this is how an idea becomes reality.
Yeah. The one that I like, I like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, it's very generic. I mean, people do zoom outs all the time in movies and in, I guess comics too. But I just really, I mean, it goes hand in hand with the fact that I like the handwriting.
Yes. The Hazel narration.
Yeah, Hazel's narration. I like how it's just kind of wrote in. It's purposefully outside of...
and no bubbles, right?
Yeah.
And its font looks more like handwriting than the speaking font.
Definitely. And I just like the isolation of it. I mean, that just comes hand in hand with space as well. But I just really liked it. I don't know. As I was reading it, it was easy to follow, and I just liked where it was going. I like that.
I really like this panel right here, where Alana says she needs a name. and she's just downtrodden. Her wings have fallen down. Like she's defeated already.
Because I don't want my child to die without.
Yeah, that just hits me in the feels. And I don't know, I just love this moment in particular. And then we could go straight to a moment that I'm not too crazy about, and it's how they survived the firefight by just standing in the middle doing nothing. I don't like how everyone conveniently murders everyone else and then they're the last one standing.
Well, one thing is, whenever I first saw this, I thought that something, like there was going to be a reason for that.
Oh,
like
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
stopped it from happening.
No.
But David tells me no. Also, people get viciously murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
gory as fuck. Like that robot's head gets cut in half.
Yep.
So talking about this part, what is the monkey's plan? The monkey who sells him out.
Who sells him out, yeah. And then he helps him.
Yeah. What was he going to help him? Was this his plan, or is he just helping him because he's dying? And he's like, well, I can't use this anymore. Was he just going to go follow the map?
Well, I think he was going to get money, right?
Well, he sold them out for money and then bought the map with the money.
So I guess he was going to go himself.
I guess
Where's he going? What's the map to again?
The rocket ship forest.
Why would he want that?
I guess to get off a cleave.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
So,
I don't know, because
I guess he just assumed, okay, there's no way I'm making it.
And then they're alive.
Might as well give it to someone. And he didn't hate them,
no,
assumably, but he did like money.
He's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, it's Mr. Krabs. What was the other thing I was going to say about this one? Oh, and the other thing I thought was that you think maybe they purposely didn't try to kill them because they were told not to, or somebody. Someone said, bring them alive.
Oh, yeah. That is a thing because the reef woman who hires the Will wants the child brought back to them.
Alive.
Oh, yeah. So that is possible that they had orders not to hurt the child.
Right. Now, I mean, that is a specific instruction for Will.
Right.
So that might not be the case for them, and then which you still hate the scene. But, I mean, depending on why she wants him alive, maybe the other groups want him alive too.
And it also...
Because I guess this might be wrong. I'll cover your face again. But my assumption is that Vez's reasoning for wanting the child is separate from these guys.
I don't know, honestly. But it's a good
well, I mean, only just because, technically, has that happened yet?
No.
Okay.
That happens then.
And then, also... he's a hired person, and it seems like the
military.
Yeah, like armies are trying to make this happen.
Yeah, it could also show that everyone died. That this is how much the two sides hate each other.
It's less about what they're fighting for and more that they hate the other race.
It doesn't matter that the shot's coming for me, and I'm going to die. Rather than get out of the way, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to take someone out with me. Because my first thought is kill them rather than survival. I don't know. It always just seems super convenient, but I guess it has to establish that both sides hate each other. And then get them to run. Because they can't stay here, and it gives them the map. There's a lot of convenience. I mean, not convenience, but plot reasons for why. I just wish it had been done in a better way.
Yeah, I mean, because technically they could have been up somewhere. And there's oh, we gotta go up there, but there's these guys,
Or something crazy could happen.
Yeah. A shield or something.
Yeah, or the firefight hits something and it knocks things down and then they run. They don't just stand there and accept their fate. I don't know, but I'm not the writer. Also, it's weird that Alana can't fly. Her wings seem like they're even designed. They look no, of course she can't fly. Look at those wings. Because look at these guys' wings. But anyway, other things I like that I have in my notes here. The giant turtle is cool.
It looks cool. The little flying things kind of look like Kabutos.
Yeah, Kabutos. Pokemon. I just like him. I just think that's a cool idea. Robot sex.
Robot sex.
And while this is happening, it'll be flashing up on the screen for all to see. That's how we get the clicks.
That's how we get the clicks. We get the clicks from the dicks.
Another site.
What?
It could be for another site. But yeah, Lion Cat. He's cool.
Lion Cat is cool. I mean, we've only seen him just say lion one time.
But he
so far.
detects people lying. I think that's a cool thing for a mercenary to have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool tool.
It is cool.
How does the world work? How does this universe work when there are creatures who can tell you when people are lying? What is the
David,
court
you're asking.
system look like?
You told me earlier. You've got 54 episodes. These are questions for future because this is the only animal I've seen so far.
I know, but he's not the only one.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't say stuff like that.
No.
Lion Cat's supposed to be the only one.
He's not Tigger. He refers to him as she's a lion cat. That's her. I don't even know what her name is. We just all refer to her as Lion Cat.
Oh, so she might have a name.
Yeah.
And you also told me that she doesn't have a name. We'll just take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
Is he lighting a cigarette with his magic powers? Oh no, he doesn't have magic powers.
He does not have magic powers.
He is
human. I don't know.
not Rethian or
Right. He's just a normal looking guy.
Lightfallian?
Yeah. He's neither of those things.
Neither nor. But he has a lion cat, which means wherever he got this from is probably from her world. Possibly. Or at least one of the two worlds.
I don't know.
It's a very popular cat, apparently.
Well, okay.
Also, with a name like Lion Cat, sounds like the cat lies.
Well,
again,
it lies about who's lying. Yeah, the cat's the only one who can lie when you're around. Whenever it's around. Because who knows? But there is a point where she's like, or am I lying about that cat? And the cat goes, I cannot tell a lie. I'm Lincoln.
That's his name. Her name?
That's her name.
How do we know it's a girl?
She's not an animal.
I didn't say you were lying. You could just say, he says that.
Yeah. I was just making sure I was right.
Oh, she's a lion cat.
Yeah.
I thought you said she said that.
No, he says that.
Okay.
Yeah, she was surprised because she's like, did that animal just call me a liar?
Okay, well then that too completely defeats the purpose of the thing that I said earlier. Because he would know what it is, he owns it. So it might not be popular. not be a popular cat.
Popular on the internet.
Lion cat. Again, that's fine and dandy, but let me get a little bit more lion cat before you tell me what the internet thinks.
Okay.
The whole point of this show is for me not to know.
Okay.
Okay.
I love the last page.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone does, which is a continuation of the line.
But thanks to these two, at least I get to grow old.
Not everyone does.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, not everybody does.
In chapter 1.
In chapter 1. Also, did you notice these red lights?
Mm-hmm.
These red eyes? The horrors.
Because didn't they mention them?
Yeah.
Or mention something about
The
that?
horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the beginning, isn't it? Like, we shouldn't be traveling at night. This is when the horrors come. And she's like, you don't believe in rocket ships, but you believe in the horrors? And he's like, yeah, we saw them, blah, blah, blah. They're real.
But yeah, I mean, assumably this is not going to be the last or the only format we do. This is just the one we're going to start with. Obviously, we're starting with Saga. Probably going to take a year to finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully,
A little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I think if we send them out an episode a week, that's 54
it doesn't matter
weeks.
how
How
early
fast
we
we film.
finish.
Yeah. Well, we might do it one every 2 weeks or things like that.
Gotcha.
Or two every 1 week.
Yeah, we'll see how our schedule goes. I guess it depends on what people think.
Yeah, Mandy. Let us know.
Let us know
in the comments below.
No,
Heidi
stop saying that. Not that I don't want to hear from them, but I don't want to tell them to tell me.
Heidi Ho.
They're just going to do it anyway.
That is true. They will do it. Or not. Because I feel like they didn't tell me. Maybe the comment section is blocked.
They can't just scroll and see that it's not.
I would not waste my
what if
time.
you call doing it with your finger? Is that still scrolling? Okay.
But
Whatever you call doing it with your finger.
yeah, it's called scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that's a Robin Williams joke. You know, Blackberries had like the little ball that you could scroll through, and Robin Williams suggested that we call that clittering.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
And end.
We got a sweet, sweet Robin Williams joke up in this bitch. May he rest in peace.
Yeah. And now we talk about our introductions to comics and some other ramblings. Please note that this was filmed like 4 months ago. So to begin with, let's talk briefly.
Did we take too much time before?
No.
Or are you simple on the word?
I stumbled on
Oh, okay. I was like,
Not
briefly, Vance.
I don't care about your goddamn Scooby-Doo comic book.
Spoiler alert. Now what am I going to talk about? We've got 4 minutes set aside for that specifically.
Okay. Clap. Just in case we decide to cut all that out.
Once you sink it, it's fine the rest of the way through.
So, tell us, me and the Squidwards, about...
I didn't know that they were Squidward.
Well,
Oh, I guess we're welcoming them to our club.
Yeah, we're the club members.
So
they're the newcomers.
Our fan groups are called Squidward.
Yep.
Group.
You heard it here.
Single fan. Hi, Mandy. In this imaginary scenario,
Not even my
your
wife.
wife doesn't.
Yours.
Oh.
All right. So, tell us about your history of the medium known as comic books.
I don't think this is going to be worse than the other one. Oh, God. Make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh. Oh, that's not even the right note for that. I didn't realize I had multiple notes. Well, I guess I'll have to search for it. Scooby-Doo, I guess? Nope, Scooby-Doo does not pull up anything.
Well,
Oh,
while you think of your comic book history, I'll start a little bit of mine. I'm not going to go in depth as much as I did last time because I felt like it got dry and repetitive. Growing up, my father was big into comic books, so he would sort of curate what storylines and what arcs I should read, picking the best ones or the ones that he thought were cool, whether or not they're the best ones. He just liked them and thought I would enjoy them too. So that was comic books as I was growing up. My first comic books that I decided on my own were Fables, Batman, the New 52. Actually, before those were Umbrella Academy with you. A few Doctor Who comic books, but those were sort of like, I didn't even view them in the terms of their comic books. I just thought, oh, I really like the show, and there's another way for me to get more of the show.
Doctor Who content.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I didn't view them as normal comic books. And then, along the way, I kept seeing Saga in like comic book stores and on the internet, and so eventually I picked them up digitally. I downloaded the first 6, read them, and then immediately bought the other current 36 that were out at the time and read them in one weekend. And then I've been buying them as they go out. I'm caught up to number 54. Caught up to number 54. Your turn.
You're passing the mythical ball?
Yeah.
Or imaginary ball.
Edit it in.
We're going to do a lot of edits. So, growing up, I didn't read comic books at all. I know a lot of people did, and it was just like, oh, comic books are cool, and I'm like, I didn't hate them, I just was never drawn to them. Mm-hmm. Never piqued my interest. Damn. My mother, she remembered when she was a kid how she always thought it was cool when she got something in the mail. And so at one point in our childhood, my mother decided she had found like a subscription thing through like a school drive or whatever. And she's like, oh, I want them to at least have one bit of, mail coming to them every month or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, hey, just pick a magazine or a comic book out of this thing and we'll get you a subscription for it. And my brothers and I were like, oh, this is cool. So Kyle got like Green Lantern or something, or in addition to something. I feel like there was more than one.
That's weird.
But
Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern.
I've never been a big Green Lantern guy, but when he shows up, I think it's cool.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what Luke's was at all. I feel like it was something like I feel like it was like a
superhero or
like a generic. I say generic, a popular. And then we went to the emergency room. And then I got Scooby-Doo because I was like, I like watching Scooby-Doo the show. I'm gonna read Scooby-Doo the book. And it was exactly like Scooby-Doo the show. Which didn't make it bad, but it was just like, I was just like, oh, okay, now that I've done that. I don't know, I just was never really, like, at first I was like excited, and I was like, oh, cool. And then they just started stacking up, because it wasn't, I really wasn't that big of a Scooby-Doo fan in general.
Right.
So, I guess there was just nothing else that, like, piqued my interest, and I was like, I'm familiar with what this word means, so.
This may be, you may not know or remember. How close was the art in the comic book to the show?
I think it was pretty close.
Because that's one of my, like I mentioned, Dr. Who for a similar reason.
Oh.
One of my issues with some of the Dr. Who comics is
one for me. You were drawn to the issues.
Right. Sometimes the art, like, they don't look like the Doctors. Like, it's hard whenever that's an actual person that you're trying to draw.
Yeah.
Like, this panel doesn't look like Matt Smith. Out of it completely, But with animated shows, I bet it's easier. Because there's like a Futurama comic. I'm sure there's Simpsons. I know there's a long-running Sonic the Hedgehog comic.
Yeah, I was going to say Sonic the Hedgehog.
Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yeah. More to come.
Foreshadowing.
So, as far as like comic books in general, one of my main issues with them at the time were, and that's something that I feel like that's just apparently the form of comic books, that's just how it works, but is the length. I always felt like comic books were extremely short because, I know that's the pull to get you to get the next one, but like if you're already in today, if you've got subscriptions, you're like, this is what I'm doing. But I don't know, they always just seem to like fly by for me, and so that's why I kind of like the trades or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I'm a sucker for a hardcover in general, but also I can get into the story.
They're collected in a way where it has a sort of a beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
There's a longer running story, but like this feature, like with Batman, for example, like it'll collect like, oh, these issues he's dealing with the Joker, and that's done. Collect them, ship them. Now you buy. You want to read Joker? Here you go. Next villain or whatever the crap is,
Right.
Yeah, the trades are pretty good about
keeping it all
contained
together.
stories.
Yeah.
As much as they can with continuing, long-going series.
Right.
Because nothing ever ends. That's a Watchmen quote. I almost said Adrian at the end to make it.
Adrian?
Yeah.
I feel like I've missed important pieces.
Well, you read your notes. So I had been suggesting to him to read Saga a long time. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if it was at the beginning or if it was just like you were interested in comics. I was like, you should read this.
Oh yeah, and that was the other part, is that when I actually did sit down and read a comic and like purposefully enjoying it and everything, it goes back to the trade side of things, is whenever you had me read The Watchmen.
Yeah.
You let me borrow your dad's trade or whatever. And I was like freaking, I think I read it like maybe in one night or something. It was just, I was just like, this is awesome. It was good. And it was like shortly before the movie had come out, I think, or they had talked about the movie coming out.
I think it was before the movie. I think that's what sparked my interest in reading.
Right. And
The Watchmen's good.
Yeah, the movie's good too. Even though it's frame for frame for the most part, which is what they were going for.
Right.
It was good. I really liked it. And I liked the difference.
Yeah.
It was different. You could just read the comic again if you want to read the comic again.
That's true. That is true. Now, who knows what their HBO series is going to be about? They're making one of those.
That's what? I did not know that.
Yep.
Why? I mean,
Hollywood's out of ideas. I don't know.
I just feel like we've done
We have
that
the
one
comic
already.
book.
Yeah.
We have the movie.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
Well, to be fair though, Avatar: The Last Airbender, we have the anime or whatever, the cartoon,
Yeah.
and we have the movie. Oh, the movie was shit. So now we need the show.
Now we're getting a live action show.
We need it
Oh, we need the live action show.
to redeem the show.
No,
on the
that'll be
shit show.
That'll be cool just to see what they decide because it's them.
Yeah,
It's not someone else
That's
adapting.
my favorite part.
Yeah. But we decided we do Saga issue by issue because as people who know who are caught up, Saga is in a little break, or what the creators are calling an intermission, and it's going to last for about a year. And I thought this would be the perfect time, because there's going to be a lack of Saga content, for us to produce this show. And a perfect time for me to go back and reread all 54 issues, and you guys to join along, and to get people on for the first time to read it. And that way you can pick up 55.
That's right.
And we can talk about it, because that's the other thing, is no one else I know really, in person, reads Saga. And I like having conversations in person.
Right. Well, that's actually, I mean, to go to, the point of the show and everything.
Yeah.
Once we get, because this says its theme, the one of us hasn't read it yet, which I just love that concept, and I'm about to get into that in a second. But once we get after the intermission is over, this won't be allowed to be in that.
I know.
Anymore. No, I'm excited. That's
figure it
really
out.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we could still do it that way. You could have read it already,
Yeah.
and we will both have read it. So technically,
Yeah.
you can still be asking my opinion, but it'll be different. So I think it'll just go into a different.
Yeah. That's
different.
But we have other comics to do
Oh yeah.
when we get to 55.
Yeah. Again, getting ahead of ourselves.
55.
But the main reason that I am interested in this concept in general is because I love storytelling. And David, of course, speaks very highly of Saga and other stories that I haven't read and that, we might get to in this show or whatever. And so I'll take any excuse to read a good story. But specific to this format, I like the concept. Everybody's had that situation where they're like, oh, I'm going to show my friend this thing.
Right.
And like, waiting for them to, react to it or whatever. Hopefully they'll love it. They might not. It's not up to you to determine. But it's still a cool feeling because you're like, this is a thing that I like and I want you to like it too.
Here's a special part of me.
Yeah. Make it happen. Or crush my dreams.
Right.
But whether or not I'm going to crush David's dreams,
Yeah.
I'm really I like the story, and David normally likes good stuff. Like, I don't feel like he likes hot garbage. So, I mean, he likes the phrase hot garbage, but
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
oh, you do like
Goes
hot garbage.
immediately down.
Oh, and that's the show, guys. Flipping tables.
Flipping trays.
Flipping trays. But it'll be cool once we finally get to, the intermissions coming to a close or whatever. We've caught up. It'll be cool to go back and watch these. Now, whether we're going to like what we see or not is a completely different story. But it reminds me, like whenever I'm playing like a sandbox game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When I go back to the beginning, like the first area, and I'm like, oh, I remember not knowing what anything was about here, but now I've got all this knowledge, and I'm like, oh, now I can look around and because I know in my past I felt to myself, man, I wish I could go back to whenever that was new, and like we've actually been talking about this recently, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Nothing. I will never be able to relive what it felt like for that to be new, but maybe we can come close to it with something like this.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
Let's see. Wasn't there something we were going to circle back to? I guess not.
That's gone now.
Oh, it's gone.
No.
Oh.
Remember we were going to circle back to.
Well,
Gerard.
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 Sorry, Gerard.
We love your comics
Yep.
and your music. Well,
When we were in college together, we actually were roommates together. This is news I'm telling to you for the first time. And
shocked.
Did we stumble upon that at the same time? Is
Around
that the
same
thing?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both like romance.
Mm-hmm.
But I found out about this, and I think like I told you about it, and I was like, hey, this is a thing that's supposed to be happening. And then that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we were like, oh, that sounds cool-ish. There's not a lot of information about it, but I was like, oh, we'll do it. We'll partake in that. Well, then it came out, and they were releasing them like comic books are released, but we didn't keep up with it.
Sadly.
But then I saw on Amazon kept saying, hey, Umbrella Academy is now where you can buy it all together. And I said, I'm going to do it.
Thanks, Amazon.
And so I did it. Spent my money. Thanks, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And
I separately spent my own money on my own version of that comic book.
we lived together.
Around the same time.
If we had just talked to each other.
No communication.
No communication. But then we both got it, and we're like, oh my god, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the first one. The first one's really good.
Yeah.
I like her.
I don't think I've read the second one.
Catch us next time on David Does the Thing I Did. That's what it's called. Although I guess it would be the same. It would be the same series, just you're in the hot seat or whatever.
Nope.
David Does What I Did. That's what we call
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. Oh god. But yeah, so we liked it. And it's going to be coming into the show. I didn't do it, so I don't know why. I'm like giving it to the people. It's going to be a show, and I'm really excited about that.
Oh, yeah,
But we should
yeah.
do some series for it.
Whenever the show gets closer.
Yeah. Now, is Dark Horse considered indie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that's not Marvel or DC is considered indie.
Sweet.
Image just happens to be the top.
I mean, I guess if we have different, we could just make sure that this series stays indie. We could do non-indie stuff if we want.
Well, also because I think we want to do Doom Patrol eventually. Because Doom Patrol's getting their own live action show.
But does Young Animals count?
It's technically DC, but
So Vertigo is DC as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm going to suggest that it's.
We'll just do it differently.
Yeah. I think it's far enough removed.
Well, also, we both read it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we would have to do some kind of different something for it anyway. More shop talk. But anyway.
Right.
But yes, because I liked Gerard's comics.
Hey Gerard, we like you. Come on the show.
I was wanting,
Sit right here.
I was wanting in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, are we still gonna be here? I don't think that'll.
He's coming next time.
Next time, big promises, big talk. You're gonna be real disappointed in episode number 2. But I don't understand. Oh yeah, whenever I heard that he was doing Doom Patrol, or actually just that entire thing, I gave all 4 of them a chance.
Yeah,
and
I only gave Doom Patrol and Cave Carson as a cybernetic.
And so far, I only really like Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
But I mean, didn't you give?
I only read like the first issue of Mother Panic.
Oh really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you liked it more than I did.
I like the idea behind Mother Panic, but I never even picked up the second issue.
Gotcha. And the 4th one, what was the 4th one?
Changeling Girl?
Yes,
Changeling
that one's
Girl?
fucking weird.
Doom Patrol's fucking weird.
Well, yeah, but in a cool way.
Yeah, I know.
Changeling Girl's just weird to be weird. I mean, Doom Patrol does a little of that, but I feel like they're gonna circle all the things back.
Yeah.
But who knows? We can't include that. I don't want to talk. Doom Patrol is so good. But anyway, now they have another one like Bug something, and I got it. I need to like stop until I've caught up. But
are you still a pull list?
Yeah, pull box. Yeah, and like I need to call them tomorrow and be like, is this going to happen? Because they called me and said something like, do you still want this? And then I forgot to call back, so I bet they destroyed all my stuff.
No, but you should also
ask them how many there are in there.
Yeah,
Twitch, not tweak.
We'll talk about this.
We'll find out on the next episode. You'll find out whether or not I owe the comic book store, $50.
Also,
This is going on a lot longer than I thought it was
I
going
know.
to.
We just can't wrap it up.
Nope. But yeah.
Credits.
Oh shit. What do we do? We've got 3 minutes left. That's why we shouldn't have 3-minute credits. It's just me and you, and then random sounds from our background girl and cats.
Credits just go really slow.
Well, we still have 3 minutes.
Yep.
Are you holding on to it? It's down here though. We'll both be wrong. It's on our faces.
Future Vance is just
Knocking our glasses off.
And did to us. Our future editors, some guy named Steve.
Technically, that's accurate. Anyway.
All right. Yes. Join us next week in a few days. Never. This one will go out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Issue number 2, episode number 2 goes out as well. Thank you for watching this train wreck. You gotta say stuff.
What's that?
It's the train wreck.
Oh.
Say bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming. David, your stuff's happened to your face again.
I'm just gonna get up and walk out that door.
Okay. Do I have to walk out the
Actually,
other
this
door? We can't see that. Can we see that door? Oh, we can. Guess I'll come too. Or should I go out the other one?
No, don't go out that one. That's where Dallas lives.
Oh, we don't want Dallas in there. But can I see this? Oh, they can. They saw my arm. My fat arm. Bye.
Bye. We'll go around. I'm gonna turn it off.
They can hear this. You know, the problem with that is that we didn't enter. I mean, I like the joke. But we did not enter the frame.
All right.
Here.
Quickly film.